Okay, so Parenting 101. What was it like being around family members that aren't me? And I'm throwing this in there as a question myself because I I've been getting questions a lot, and my my world of parenting was all about, hey, is that what's best for your child? And I never had to question it because my philosophy and everything that I was doing was based on classroom management. So I always went back to classroom management with teacher licensing. So the teacher licensing process was, hey, did you finish all of this, and do you have a binder or portfolio? I really got frustrated as a licensed teacher if I didn't have examples of even student work for my portfolio. And so I was really excited to the point that by the time I had my own children, I thought, I'm doing it right. I can't be questioned. There's no way you're going to question me. I was frustrated when somebody questioned, and I thought, didn't you know that I was trained on this? Didn't you know that I was trained on this? Parenting 101. What's the difference? Oh, I can learn that one. That was in the book of what to expect when you're expecting. Well, how does that relate to being a teacher? Because we're lifelong learners. That's kind of one of our mottos as a teacher. We're a teacher because we're lifelong learners. We stay students. Stay a student. You're not just a teacher, you're a student. Sometimes you'll get outbeat by your student. So stay a student, even with your students. That was pretty much the philosophy in the classroom. And so when you take that into parenting, it was pretty much the same. I stayed a student. I stayed a student with every single thing that I was told. I thought, I was already trained on that. No, you weren't. Yes, I was. I was already trained. So I had to go back to my teacher training. And then I went back to child development books, stayed a student. Then I went back to the doctor's office. Is there any more brochures about this? You'd be surprised at how many brochures I would read. And I was like, check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark. It was so fun because some people asked me, why is your child so good in this area, in a religious setting or at your business meeting? How are they here? Some people actually did know this. And I was such a proud mom that I explained to them, you know, I have a schedule, I have my management style, I have a home management plan, I have a planned parenting process in which I stay the student. So it was a very interesting process in which Parenting 101 was pretty much being a student, of being there for a child. And it was no different for me than learning about every single one of my children. It was very fun. It was frustrating sometimes. It was mind boggling. Sometimes when I had a question, I thought, I don't have this answer. I didn't get trained on this, but I'm pretty sure my gut instinct and what I've learned, I can sit here. So I trained myself very well at one point to be the one to teach my children, when you are ready and you've meditated and you've thought about what you did wrong, you will come back to me and you will apologize. And we will talk about this. We'll have our own little discussion, and we had our own mini, what do you call those? Parent-child conference. We had our mini conference. So sometimes I would go and sit on the couch, or I would sit in the living room, and then I would go to the door, sometimes by the door, and sit and take in some breeze and the wind. Sometimes I would write a poem or sing a song. I would do something quiet for myself. And then that was my quiet time. My children had their quiet time. And sometimes my children came over to me, sometimes they didn't. When they did, my daughter would come, Mom, I'm sorry. And I looked at my child, I'm sorry too. Are we ready to talk about it? So it was very helpful to have those moments. If they didn't come to me, I went to them and I would apologize as well. Or I would say, Are you ready? Because I can't apologize either. So when they were ready, we were both ready, and that was helpful. It was probably the most helpful parts of parenting and being one of those parenting experts, in which if somebody asked, I would tell them, well, I can send you the classroom management plan. I actually did for 2 people. And they're like, oh no, not that part. I thought, oh, how about I copy and paste it?